happy Sunday. I hope that all of you had a great week and that you're enjoying this day to the fullest, because I know I am. Today, we are talking about UK hip hop. And on the grill, we got Gray Skies. And you know, I love setting up every episode with a quote that lays the groundwork for an interesting and provocative conversation. So here is the quote. Rap is something you do. Hip hop is something you live. And that comes from KRS-One. And I think that sets us up nicely to talk, express, and relate and connect with our special guest today. Who gets to the UK? Who gets to go to the UK and LA at the same time? We do. Our special guest, MF Vandal, is in the backyard. What's up, man?
Yes, Lisa. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, my goodness. You got me stuttering up here. I'm so excited to have you, man. I mean, the thought of it, of us being able to get together, man, was just so inspiring to me, because I've always wanted to visit the UK and, you know, just be a part of what that hip hop culture is about. And then by circumstance, me and you got together through when I did the DJ Butter interview, man. And I just didn't want to let go. I was like, I gotta have the Vandal in the backyard. So what you been up to, man?
Oh, Lisa, yeah, like, look, I'm music all day. If I got, you know, like, if in any time, like, I'm on that all the time. Yeah, you know, it's mad, like, literally, you know, day, night, you know what I mean? We've got to get the money in other ways, because it ain't really paying the bills, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
Especially with what I do, I make more like underground, like old school sounding hip hop, you know, like, you know, the music scene out here, there's people doing it, but it's a different kind of style. It's a lot of younger guys, you know, like in their 20s, very handsome, you know, the money about, talking this and that, you know what I mean? And, you know, like, I rap differently. I grew up on like original stuff, you know what I mean? Like in the 90s and that. And, I kind of stuck in my ways, man. And, I spit, it's a bit different. I rap because I like it, you know, it's like my poetry, it's my expression. I try to just keep real, and you know what I mean? I don't like it, people when they chat and just pure rubbish, so I just do it. I'm always knocking out tunes. It's a bit like therapy for me. It's like, and I just like it, you know what I mean? I've been doing it a long time, and I like the old school stuff, and it's coming back round right now. A lot of the young'uns, like, because unfortunately, a lot of the music that's out now in the charts and like what people listen to, like it comes on the radio and stuff, not got, and I don't want to sound too old when I say this, because we grew up on like the G's up, O's down thing and all that, you know what I mean? And, you know, but there's a lot of like, you know, these kids, I sound old already, but they're killing each other even over here now. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? You look at me wrong, bang, you're getting one. And it's like, I don't, you know, that's not the right place to be. You know what I mean? Like, we need to use music as like for the positives that it can bring, and that's what I like to do in my music. I just like to write what bothers me at the time, or things I'm happy about, or things I see, things that I want to put out. Like, and that's what music is for me, you know. And it's different over here with UK hip hop. You know, there's different styles and there's different, you know, like genres of hip hop. Like there is over there now as well. Like, you know.
So let's talk a little bit about those different genres. I know that based on our conversations previously, that you were very much influenced by Run DMC, and I can hear that in your flow. You know, that back and forth kind of thing that you got going on in your flow when I listen to your music. So how was Run DMC an influence for you? Like, what did you see in them or their performance that influenced you to say, hey, you know, I want to pick that up and kind of get that flow going with my own style?
You know what, like Lisa, it wouldn't actually Run DMC. Yeah, it was all hip hop. Do you know what?
Right.
They played a bit of a part because like I was one of the first days that I hit like a proper studio and got like a bit of money out was the day Jam Master Jay died. I think it was Halloween. It was like just it was on Halloween, like, and it was like we found out in that studio that day, and it was like, to be honest, they were slightly before my time. You know what I mean? Like, so I was on the back end of them. Like I really kind of grew up on like the Onyx, and I love Sticky Fingers. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, like I've always kind of liked the underdogs a bit. Like that. Like I've always been like that. Like with all of them, like I like, there was a local group around me that did really well, and that's when I thought, look, we can rap, you know what I mean? And then Eminem come out, and it was like, wow, look, you know what I mean? Like I might never be able to do, and even though that's far away and that, and there's UK people here, like you had the London Posse, and there's an artist called Skinny Man who here, I mean, he's big, you know what I mean, for me, like legendary, iconic album, you know what I mean, The Council States of Mind, and
so his name is, not to cut you off, his name is Skinny Man?
Skinny Man, like,
is he a skinny dude, or why do they call him Skinny Man?
He's a skinny guy, man, like he's a skinny guy, but he's coming back up a little bit, because that's the other thing, like, people judge you for music, you know what I mean? There's a lot of egos and a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? I've been rapping, you know what I mean, like 2 decades, you know what I mean? And I probably wasn't very good back in the day, but people thought I was all right. I was giving it a go, and like I've come up with lots of confrontations, like people, because a lot of people just rap because they want to be bad. They want to be like talking rubbish that they're not even doing, or if they are doing it, going and doing it so they can rap about it. And you know what I mean? We've got responsibilities in that. Like, if someone wants to drag me into a war, mate, it's got to be a worth it war. Otherwise, what's the point? You know what I mean?
Don't want to do it. Now, what's the different genres that you have in the UK? Because here we got the drill rap, we got gangster rap, we got rap, we got this tongue-tied rap that's going on where, mumble rap, where you're just mumbling some words. So talk to me about the different genres that exist in UK and what you call those in reference to what we call ours.
See, you know what, like in the 90s, like say middle 90s, when like Snoop Dogg was dropping like over there was dropping like the Doggy Style and that, I mean, like that's another iconic, you know what I mean? Like that was big for me when I was young, you know what I mean? We had jungle music over here, which was like drum and bass, MC, and now I used to MC and stuff, and it was, a lot of ragga mixed in with it and stuff, like bouncy, sort of like hype up, like aggressive music, I loved it, and that kind of went to a thing called garage, which is kind of like drill garage music. It's a bit like house music, sort of like, it's like what they're doing on the we call it grime, like now, like some of the artists now with the faster beats, like in the UK as well, like it's all the cars, the girls, the, you know what I mean, like the good clothes, all that big thing, you know what I mean, and like that's blowing up. I know, like, because what, I work sometimes closely with them boys, and like I do totally different music to them, and we're not making no money here, you know what I mean? Like we ain't making no money here. We scrape it, but we're not doing it to make money. We're doing it because we do it, you know what I mean? And like they always respect it. They're always like, you're real hip hop, you're real rap, and that I love that. You know what I mean? Because even though they're making the money in that, and they're well-known people, they respect what we do. You know what I mean? And that's why I think it's going to come round. You've got people like the Detroit. Sorry if I'm going on, but when you said about Butters and that, Butter, like them Detroit lot, like a lot of these new guys over here, like I grew up on like Jay Dilla and like just all these like old school like hip hop people, that like, even though the styles changed and you had like the horrorcore stuff and you had like the more mellow like stuff, kind of basically like they was always remembered as like LA, you know what I mean? Like all these people that come out of LA, whereas some of these young, like some of these lot now, they don't even know who Jay Dilla is. They wouldn't even know who KRS-One is. You know what I mean? You're like, they wouldn't know these people, like, but they call themselves rappers and that. It's kind of, like someone like DJ Butter is well underrated. Like I think you don't hear about, most people don't know who he is, but like that's, to me, that was a big, when I watched that show, I was just like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like that is hip hop, mate. That's why I'm here, you know what I mean? Like, it's why I do what I do, because it's about the roots and that for me, you know what I mean? And you know, but so like in the UK, so in the UK, you've got the grime, the trap, a bit like you've got the real nice, like lovely kind of like electronic-y sort of beats and stuff.
Okay.
And then you've got UK hip hop, which is like me. I fit kind of into that bracket, but I'll take it a bit back to the old school kind of, and people are starting to notice that. And then you've got other people like High Focus Records, you've got a guy called Leaf Dog and Verb T and that, and they run that, and they're doing well. The 4 Owls and stuff, like they put out Rag and Bone Man back in the day. They saw like Rag and Bone Man, they took him on and then, you know, sold him off to Sony and then got a few P's, and they built a big, they are UK hip hop. Everybody's right. You know what I mean? High Focus and that, like them boys that run things. And you know, then you've got kind of like the more drill stuff, like, you know, like the trappy stuff, like the road rap where man's just talking about each other's gangs and we're gonna come get you, you know, which, you know, I like it. I don't want anyone coming on my family, but, you know, I like aggressive music. I like sad music. You know what I mean? I like hype music. You know, like it's what emotion you're feeling at that time, isn't it? You know?
Right. Who's the big drill trap artist in the UK right now?
Well, listen, there's a guy called Jordan McCann, who I've met a few times, who's actually on Bang Up at the minute, Now this guy, you know, he's a very nice guy. Do you know what I mean? Like I've spent a bit of time with him, like, you know, just chilling with him, and it's a bit unfair. He's just been banged up at the minute, but he's been smashing it, just before he come out, I think, and he weren't allowed to work. He was doing his music, and they done him down, and he's done a few good things at the minute, and like so he's just gone totally off radar, but he was coming up big, mate. Music every day. Now you got people like K Coke, who's, I rate him highly, you know what I mean? Like he's a massive artist, like, and now you've got like Gigs and that, like, who is also sick as, you know what I mean? You know what, like, I'm not really a drill trap kind of guy, man. You probably need someone about 20 years younger.
Right, but I mean, at least you was able to drop some. So let's talk about your stuff. You know what I'm saying, Vandal? Because you have put out some music, in my opinion, that does encompass all those things that you said, you know, that old school with it. And then you're talking about things that are timeless, that relates to the culture of hip hop. So let's talk about, I want to talk about some of your new stuff. Like you got a song called New Friends, and it's Friends with a Z, right? Yeah. And I want to talk about how did that song come together? And especially I want to talk about the video, because it has such great semblance to it that relate to hip hop. Like it was in a burnt out building. You got two rats, like seem like on the cover that they scheming and talking. So let's talk about how it came together.
It's a New Friends was a real quick project. Like I had a bit of a like emotional breakup and that, and I literally moved into my flat, like where I'm in now. Like it's probably, you know, like bare, empty, just my phone, my speaker. And I just wrote that in one night and then sat on it for a while, because there's a few bits in it I thought, you know, like sometimes, you know, like I write stuff and then I think, you know, it's all good at the time. It's like, and then it's like, you know, like, is that too offensive? And then I just think another time, fuck it. So then we put it out. I went up to my pal Babes' yard upstairs, and we just dropped the video quick, me and her on the phone, you know what I mean? Like just to bang out. Like I'm probably writing like 3-4 songs a week at the minute. It's insane, man. Like wow. You know, I'm actually like a bit embarrassed by it, you know what I mean? That it's just it takes me over, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm lucky I've got good friends around me and good people that have got my back and stuff, you know what I mean? And but yeah, New Friends, I like New Friends, you know, like the cover was a quick thing. I thought two rats, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that, you know, it's, if you listen, you know, it's got its context in it, but it's why I write music sometimes. It's just how I feel at the time, and I just bust it. A lot of my songs I've written in a night. You know what I mean? I've just gone down, I've written them. You know what I mean? Like 3 verses, hooks, like in a night. You know, and just laid it down and sat on it probably for a few months.
But
and then
that's when it's the true essence of the story, is when you let it go like that. When you rethink it and go over it, you know, to make sure or to kind of placate to an audience, it just doesn't deliver the same way. Like when I was listening to New Friendz, I knew that you was in the heat of the battle, that you had some things that you needed to get off your chest, you know. Then with the visual, with the burnt out building and everything, I was like, man, you know, like, it's like that to me was what reached out and grabbed me more than going back and saying, hey, let me clean this up. Instead of a burnt out building, maybe I should get in a new building. But all of that expression, it came across literally visually and through the lyrics. And that to me is what makes hip hop. Like we said at the top, you know, rap is something you do. Hip hop is something you live. And you live that. You live that, New Friendz, man. And that's fire. And it don't matter whether it only took you 5 minutes, because you carried that story with you too way longer than 5 minutes. You've been waiting to let that go, because hip hop is being vulnerable, man. And who wants to be vulnerable in a time when you are being taken advantage of? Somebody see you shed a tear, it's like, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. See,
I understand that.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Like, I'm an emotional guy, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm kind. Do you know what I mean? I've got nothing to prove here. You know what I mean? Like, anywhere. But that don't mean that I ain't gonna switch on someone in 2 seconds and go to the absolute limits if they disrespect me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like they've got to think very carefully. If they come, I've lost a lot of things. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm comfortable in myself to say what I want and not be embarrassed and not get upset about crying or having feelings. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like I'm still a nice guy, but I've had a lot of things happen, which like we all have. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying like it's me, it's all me. It's like sometimes I'm talking about my friends and I'm putting it out, this is us, you know what I mean? Don't come hating me, because I'm not saying I'm the baddest, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not about me, I might say this or that. It's not about me hotting up the manor or hotting up this gang or disrespecting you. We're all in the same boat, you know what I mean? If we're all in the same boat, there's no point hating, just crack on. And sometimes, you know what? I do say offensive things for reaction, you know what I mean, right? And if someone gets on my grill, I'll go in, mate, and I'll bang that tune out quickly as you like, so there's no coming back on it. You know, like
man. And talking about crying and all of that thing, man, let's talk about Baby Don't Cry. I want to know, what is the meaning behind that song? What can people do to lay?
I'll put it out this week, innit?
No, it's not weak. It's to me, what it does is it's really, really musical. You know, compared to your other tracks, to me, it's really musical. And then it has like it seems like it's coming from the guise of a street reporter. It's like, it's not necessarily your story, but this is kind of what you see on the streets. That's what I took from it. That's why I wanted to ask you, like, what was behind that song? Because it's not Baby Don't Cry in a weak way. It's Baby Don't Cry because this is the realities of what we got to deal with, and we got to figure out a way to get through it. So let's talk a little bit about it.
Do you know what? It's nice, Lisa, yeah, like what you say. Do you know what I mean? Because that's why I write a lot of this stuff, and I think, oh, right, but listen, I've got 2 daughters, yeah, and a little boy. Okay. Like, my daughters are both 20, 21. My little boy's 8. Like, he don't even know me, yeah? Yeah. Like, he don't know me, yeah? I broke up. I was with his mum for 15 years, yeah? My daughters, I've raised them up till they're like 15, 16. And then as a family, yeah, we weren't together anymore. My daughters, like, literally were like, bang, yeah? And I've not been able to get close since, yeah? So I write a lot of stuff a bit down and thinking, like, there's always something about them in every single song, yeah? Because I think it's like leaving, you know, if they ever want to, like, I might never see them again. Do you know what I mean? Ever, yeah? But maybe one day, you know, because they remember, you know what, it's difficult times, and I've had to go through a lot of stuff to deal with that, yeah. And I go on a lot about it in my music. I go over the top. I go way on about it too much, yeah, to the point of now I've had, like, you know, my people around me, and I've got to just say, like, shouting out to my people around me. I've got like Baze the Barber. I mean, you know, shady beats and that, yeah. Like, you know what? She's doing amazing things for like hip hop, yeah. Like,
shout out, you know, Shady B.
Always, yeah.
Real.
Like,
she's the truth. I haven't met her yet, you know, but I just want to break it up and just say, you know what, girlfriend, I appreciate you, and I definitely want to link up with her more because she's just the truth. And then the other girl, Babes the Barber, she's the truth, and I haven't met her
That's yet. My squad, man. Like, she's got me, man. Like, do you know what? If it weren't for that girl, man, like, I swear, like, but I've got my boy Quartz and that, like, you know what? There's loads of people. I don't want to forget no one. Like, at the minute, I've got Tech One, Samurai doing things for me, yeah. Like, my boy Maniac 10, yeah. It's like, I ain't seen him for a while, but we always used to kick up the tracks together. You know what I mean? Like, Shady's got Butters, and she's got all them 12 lot. You know what I mean? Super MC, and like, man's like 7 General and that. Like, to me, yeah, them boys are rap, mate. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, but, yeah, I was just saying, like, basically, so a lot of the songs I write about, that I went in on that tune because I was down about my kids, and it was like, I wrote about that. So for you who don't know me to say that it made you feel like you just said, that's good for me, because it's like, oh, maybe other people don't see how it's like writing about my kids all the time. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, you've got to switch it up, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, it's a big thing in my heart, and I rap a lot, and it just comes into everything. Right. So it's like a bit, you know.
That's what I'm talking about. Your truth and your vulnerability is what grabs me in as a listener, because I can tell when you faking me and when you giving me real things that labor your heart, real things that you see that bother you. So speaking of that, let's talk about your other song, Let It Go. Let It Go. Who is featured on the song with you? Because I like that other voice that's in there, kind of plays so well with the ruggedness that you give. And then that other voice kind of gives us that other essence of atmosphere. And I like that line, rapping till they pay me. You see what I mean?
It was a long time ago. I wrote that 10 years old. I wrote that 10 years ago. I still with my kids
like
and that.
Now, man. It feels like now.
Yeah, we took a sample off a record. My boy Quartz, man, would probably know better. But like another thing, we had a studio burned down. Like, he lost 2,000 records, man. Like all classics, mate. Like, he cried and cried for weeks. You know what I mean? Like, he's still upset about it now. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, he had all the records in the world, man. And we just took that sample, man, and we knocked that out. Back then, it was harder than it is now. Like, we didn't have the equipment. Like, the mics weren't good. Like, do you know what I mean? We didn't, you know what I mean? It's a struggle, man. Like, it was a struggle. I've never liked, like, if I, like, then, I didn't even like, I never really liked nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'd listen to my music and be like, it never was good enough. It's never, ever good enough. And it's quite nice, because when I listen to things like that now, because I ain't heard it for like so many years, I kind of hear it on fresh ears. I'm like, wow, that's pretty sick. I mean, the mix might not be the greatest, but like I say, we're not selling, like, we're doing all right. Spotify, all my Spotify people, yeah, you know, we're hitting 12,000 a month and stuff, which is growing, and there's good things happening, yeah. So bless all those people, yeah. Bless people returning to proper hip hop, man. I represent them. You know what I mean?
And we always will come back around to reality. Like, there's fads, and fads work for that time, but always being true to the hip hop culture, like I said, which is a lifestyle. It's the way you live. So if you live that every day, how can you not talk about it every day? And that's what you bring to the table, and that will always keep you, and it'll always keep us as listeners of artist music like yourself. And you know what, Vandal? I think that sets us up nicely to go to the grill. Let's burn some stuff up, man.
Burn it up.
Burn it up, shoot, we like hanging out in burnt out buildings anyway. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, you're in the LA, man. You got barbecues every day.
I know, man. I wanted to talk to you, Vandal, about Gray Skies. You know, now you have a song called Gray Skies also, you know, because I love the burnt out building, like I said. And also my imagination of the UK or London in general has always, every picture I've seen, it hasn't ever had any sunshine. It's always like almost like New York, Gotham City, like gray skies. So let's talk about why it's so gray there. And also let's talk about your song entitled Gray Skies. And that's why I kind of threw it on the grill, because I said in unison with lyrically, which you laid down in that song, and also my imagination of the UK.
Quite tight, that's one of my favorite verses, the second verse in that, like one of my favorite verses. Like, but I wrote that on hard times, like I said, like with all that stuff I said about, like, yeah, I'm 5 years in now, yeah, and it ain't got better, but I accepted it, yeah. I wrote that in the first like 3 months, yeah. Like there wasn't a day went past I didn't see my kids, yeah. So like when I hadn't seen them for a week, yeah, that was tragic. You know what I mean? When I hadn't seen them for 2-3 weeks, it was worse. And I was at my nana's house and she was dying, mate, like literally in the other room. I was bang on stuff I shouldn't have been on, and I was drinking a lot, and I was just locked away. I wouldn't answer my phone, I wouldn't speak to no one. And yeah, I wrote that, and the rapper on the hook, a guy called Crimson Ink, yeah, he's an old back, he's retired kind of now. He's doing other things, like man. You see, and he, I loved what he done there. He never liked that hook, but the hook made it for me, man. Like it was the hook made it for me, like what he was saying, like. And I went up to Scotland, and because that was where that was done, up in Edinburgh, and yeah, we just smashed out the video. And like, I don't know if you know, at the beginning you got the teddy bears. This is the thing where people don't get twisted with me, yeah. I'm comfortable, yeah, so I don't care, yeah, that I can chill. Don't ever take me, yeah, for idiot, right, because I'm emotional, yeah, because that can flip either way, yeah. But like I say, that was to do with my children. That's why them little teddy bears are there, yeah. And a few, man, I'm hanging around with some of them are, you know what I mean? They're, I don't know what to say. You know, they're cool guys, but you know what? They're not sort of guys you want to mess about with. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Right. I don't care, mate. No one can do nothing to me. Yeah. Right. And I pulled out my teddy bears. The man's were like, "Are you actually gonna do that?" And I said, "Yeah, 100%. I ain't dropping that video." And there's two teddy bears are in it. End of story. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Teddy bears or tools out. I don't care, mate. Like, you know what I mean?
That was dope though, dude, because it wasn't a new teddy bear. You could tell that teddy bear was used. It saved a lot of lives, that teddy bear. Like, you know, so I was just
Joey
like,
Bear
wow.
there, just so you know. Joey
That's
Bear.
That teddy bear.
Yeah, you see that in the back of all my videos, man. We all need a teddy bear, man. That's like my son there, man.
Real talk, man. That's the teddy bear. That ain't the teddy bear in the video, but the teddy bear is a real thing, because you know we all need love. We all need love, you know. And you just that guy, man. And I wanted to know, like, how does Gray Skies refer to the lifestyle in the UK?
I felt like I kept it quite real with that. There's some lyrics in it about, like, you see, listen, there's a lot of hustle like there is everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very lucky. I've been on a hustle for years. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not now. Like, I'm 40 now. Yeah. Like, I don't want, if man's is still at 40 and out on the road causing trouble and that, yeah, like looking for wars and that, yeah, mate, I don't envy you. Yeah, I feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? Unless you're like some big G. You know what I mean? But they're few and far between, man. Like, you know what I mean? There's a very small percentage of people that have got it all locked down and shit locked. You know what I mean? Everyone else is just, do you know what I mean? So, you know, but the youngins and that, they see the boys with the cars and that, especially where I live, man. They've all got their brand new cars. You know what I mean? Because you've got good credit, you get one of them, and everybody's on the hustle. And I understand where you see people and you think, damn, man, like, why am I going to go and work for £10, like £5, £6, £7, £8, £9, £10 an hour, yeah? And then get nothing, can't even afford a house, you know what I mean, yeah? When I could just like pack up some things, get cooking, do whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you know, cultivating, whatever, and I might get out of it. I might, you know, like, you know, so, but they don't, man. They don't. I grew up around it, so it's bonfire night, isn't it? And, like, everyone's letting out. That's not gunfire, yeah? That's fireworks. Yeah.
This in the background right now. You see,
yeah.
I'm in LA too, so it's hot out here. You know what I mean? I was like, is this LA or is this UK? Where we at now? You know, but man, is it like, how's the weather there when you're talking about gray skies? Like, is it ever sunshiny or is there so much smoke in the air that it's just gray, man?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, listen, Lisa, when I wrote that, yeah, every day was grey, no matter if it's the peak of summer, yeah. If it's summer, I didn't want to go out. Like, I feel like I didn't really want to talk about this. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but it was like, that was the whole point. It wasn't that it's great, because some days it's blazing over here, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's gorgeous, you know what I mean? And when it's gorgeous, it's proper good, yeah? But when I wrote that, yeah, it was never going to be sunny again, yeah? Fuck the sun, yeah? I like it when it rains, you know what I mean? Yeah, fuck it. I love that, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be grey, thundery, raining every day of the week for everybody, and just the world to burn. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I wrote it. You know what I mean? Like, and listen, I'm coming out of that place. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be more positive and stuff. And the doctor helps me a piece. And yeah, we try and get through, man. But unfortunately, some of my music is a bit like, I wrote it like, you know, like not really giving it about nothing, yeah, and like just wanting the whole world to burn, and the grey skies. I know I'm a bit different to some of the others you've had on, like, but I'm real. I just say it how it is, you know what I mean? And you know, like, that's why I called it Grey Skies, because it was just like every day is going to be grey from now. Every day, I don't want to see summers ever again, you know?
Yeah, I feel it. Because even though it's always sunny in Los Angeles, you know what I mean? It's not true to what it is.
I've seen it rain there. I've been there and it's rained.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's the manipulation of the sun that kills us out here. Okay, because it's gray, it's dark, and it's scary out here as well. However, we don't never have that transition kind of seasonally to feel those emotions. So a lot of people out here just go around like, hey, pretending. I'd rather feel what it is when I go through things. So that's why I wanted to throw Grey Skies, not only your song, but also Grey Skies literally, to play on that wordplay between what it means, what it does, and how we need to tap into it, because we need to have all those things to be complete. And it's one of the songs I'm most proud of, you know, that, like, all round. Like, I like the second verse in that. I just, like, even now I listen to it and I think, wow, I just want like the baddest rappers in the world to hear this, yeah, just because that is tight. I don't care who they are, that's tight, mate. Like, everything about it, you know what I mean? And I'm not, I don't blow smoke. I'm not like it, like I'm not, you know, like, I'm not big-headed or nothing. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But it's nice sometimes to be like, nah. What did my boy say once? He said, undeniable, mate. That's undeniable. But yeah, no, some days it's sunny here. Some days it's sunny here, Lisa. Like, but it's not as sunny as there. So you know, but we have longer days. It always puts me out. If I come to LA, right,
it's beautifully hot, lovely sunny day, but then it's dark at 5:30.
Yeah. So you get, you know,
whereas here when it's sunny,
it's shorter.
Whereas here when it's sunny, it's light till 10 o'clock at night. You know.
Yeah. Wow. And I just want to say, we did that with Grey Skies. So if y'all don't know what Grey Skies are, you guys need to check out Vandal's song. I'm telling you, because it gives us that real imagery that we need, not only to look and visually see Grey Skies, but to know what that looks like in our heart, and also to get it out so that we can move on to brighter days. And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the reality and the stuff that you do. So let's take.
I appreciate you lot too, man. You, your crew.
What'd you say?
I appreciate you, your crew, what you do, man. rappers in my backyard.
Hey,
yeah?
And we in the UK today, so you know. I'm
that's it, mate. It's sunny here, mate, today. You know what I mean?
Gray skies over here. So let's take it off the grill because we burnt that up.
Yeah, bless.
I could talk to you all day for real, man. I need way more time than I have. And in your opinion, I just want to ask you this. Is there any difference? Do you think that there's any difference between UK hip hop and American hip hop? Honestly.
I do, yeah. I think like something I thought about a bit. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like I feel like over here, like we grew up on American hip hop. Like you have guns, like you see all that the you know what I mean, the Bloods, the Crips, and all the gang murders and the drive-bys and all that, and kind of that was brought up in the music. Whereas it's violent around here, of course, yeah. But you know what? And people talking this and that, like you can't listen. They might say it's hard to get. You can't get that, yeah. Like you, even if you're trying, like it's very, you know what? And it's made people over here a bit be like, you know what? And it's not so much now, but say like over the last 10 years, I want to be a rapper, yeah. I don't want people to disrespect me, yeah, because you know what? It's a joke to some people. You know what I mean? Like they don't. I'm lucky now. I've got to a point where, like, listen, I'm doing this, yeah, like fucking. You know, whatever, yeah, like, but you had a lot of people that were like, right, I can only be a rapper if I'm going to go and do something. So I've got to do this. And like over there, it was a lot more accepted. You know, like when I first started rapping, like there was no like Eminem. You had the Beastie Boys and things like that, yeah. But kind of, there weren't no rappers in my school except Mick. Do you know what I mean? Like, and whereas if you were to go into a classroom now, everybody's a rapper. Everyone wants to spit a bar. Every advert on telly, it's hip hop, it's urban, like, you know what I mean? And which I love, you know what I mean? And I can see it coming round, yeah. And but one thing is, like when like I say, like some of the people that are actually doing this over here that people have heard of and the young'uns and that, yeah, I've spoke to about hip hop, and I haven't wanted to like I'm not dropping no names or nothing, but I've spoken to about hip hop, and I was surprised how little they knew about the actual roots, yeah, of like of hip hop. And I'm not saying I don't know everything, yeah, like, you know what I mean, like I know less than everything, you know what I mean, yeah. And I've got people that you could be like bang bang bang, they know every song, who wrote it like from the last 40 years, yeah. But I was surprised when they didn't know certain people. Like I was thinking like, you know, like surely like, and that put me back a bit. And it's like you know, like you can't forget like the roots of it, yeah. And it's like when you said earlier, it's like the rap, but you live hip hop, yeah. Just because you live hip hop, that don't mean you've got to go out on road and start like, you know, like doing big moves and like, you know, being disrespectful and murking people out for the sake of it and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, just to be a big man, you know, that's a stupid thing. Like I had my pal here yesterday. He's a bad man, yeah, and he's like 45 now. But you can't stay at the top of the tree forever, yeah. Like what? You're gonna be 45, yeah, walking around and some 25-year-olds like, I remember him, yeah, I remember him. I'll show him, and knock your teeth out, put one in your back and your side, and you're murked. Like you can't. That's just a bit more like. You know, you got, and I see these kids and they do dumb ass things over nothing, like in their 20s, yeah. And I just think, you know what, like, you know, and that's to me, like, with you say about living hip hop to me is expressing what I see, what I feel, my feelings, my thoughts, yeah, how I see them at that time, whether they're good, they're bad, they're loud, they're quiet, they're angry, they're sad, yeah, right, and putting that down, yeah. For people to feel my expression, not that I'm a bad man, yeah, like, and I'll do this and that. Yeah, that's why I don't care. I'll have my teddy. I'll cry on a song, yeah. Let them come. Let them come.
I love you for that, man. I love you for that.
Sorry.
And I want to ask you, who's your top 5 artists? Your top 5 hip hop artists, man.
Oh, listen, I always say this, yeah. I can't pick a top 5, yeah.
Come on.
And I'm not putting them in order, yeah. But
it don't gotta be in order. Give me 5, man. We
I can't. Like, there's too many. I rate Skinny Man, yeah, from the UK. Right, up there, yeah.
Okay.
But like, I can't. This is not. So this is a top like 30, yeah.
Okay.
In no order.
Right.
Big Pun, Method Man, Big L, mate, Biggie, yeah. Obviously, Pac and that, yeah. I really like ODB and Wu-Tang, yeah. Joe Budden is up there for me. You know what I mean? I like some of Fat Joe's stuff when he was fat, yeah. And
when he was fat, that was all that.
Mate, like Snoop Dogg's album, like original album, you know, like Murder Was the Case, the game in that is just my mind blowing, like Dre's stuff. Obviously,
right.
I liked Eminem, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, I like don't, you know, like I said, keep it real. And I think his first 2 albums, like 2, 3, 4 albums maybe, yeah, all were very real. But they went from being real to not as real, and stuff now it's commercial music. It ain't for me, man. You know what I mean? Like anyone can, you know what I mean? Like it's not about like it's the realness for me, man. Like it's you know, and I see people like you know, like because obviously, you know, I've done the track with Bizarre, yeah. Like me and Bizarre have hit up a track, yeah, that's dropping in the next week or 2 weeks or so, which is big for me. That's the UK. You guys see, I love Bizarre, man. He's the underdog, you know what I mean, and all that. You know what I mean, like from them, man. Like, and he's a character, you know what I mean. And as much as he says that out absolutely insane stuff, yeah. Some days we feel that, you know what I mean, where you're just so nuts and off the bracket, you'll do something mad and you might think you might not do it. And so that's still real to me because it's what you're thinking, it's what no one will say. Like, it's like comedy, man. And you know what I mean? And I'm really blessed. That's a real big thing for me. Like, I'm gassed that we've done the track and we're going to do a few more. And you know what I mean? And like, you got to hit up Bizarre and watch his posts and that, because he's a character, man. He's a funny guy, and it's about the showmanship, and it's the all-round box. You get me?
I cannot wait. And lastly, how can we follow your movement, Vandal? Because you're about to go and do this thing, like you said, you're getting ready to release this stuff with Bizarre. So let us know your Instagram, your website, so that we can keep up with what's happening.
So it's MF Vandal, MF, yeah. They're my initials, not motherfucking. Like, obviously, Doom, rest in peace, yeah, was Metal Face Doom. Everyone thinks Doom, yeah, but it wasn't. It was Metal Face Doom. I am Vandal, yeah. M for Michael, F for Fire, yeah. Right. Vandal, yeah. MF Vandal. Shit up. On all platforms, MF Vandal, yeah. Ooh, and like, you know, all for Spotify, like, I'm blessed for it. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? I love you. Starting to love me a bit.
I do love you, man. I just want to take you back to the quote, because I think, Vandal, it really set up everything we talked about, because rap is something that you do, and hip hop is something that you live, man. And you live hip hop. You in the UK, I'm in Los Angeles, but man, I have never, ever talked to somebody that had so much knowledge about what we do over here, what we take for granted over here, and how you have taken that and you have made that fuel for what it is that you do, man. Keep it truthful, keep it gangster, because I know you can't do it any other way, man. So I like to be real. You are real all day long. And like I said, I would love to have so much more time with you for us to just continue on. But this is just the first time us getting together. We are in each other's life, man. And I'm relying on you visually to take me to the UK so I can see, be, and experience the greatness of the skies and the honesty of the effort, and be able to meet other artists out there, you know? Yeah. So I just want to say to the audience, thank you so much for tuning in today. Make sure that you subscribe.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we love you, man. And it's like, please remember that you need to subscribe and like and share and comment on what we're doing over here, so that we can continually grow and go beyond and be able to kick it in the UK with our guy today, man.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, so, get me hooked
Cross
up.
Cross the pond and through the eye, man.
Let them know I'm out here, and I love hip hop, and I'm about hip hop, and I don't care where you at, because it's the way we live and what we do that makes hip hop be hip hop. And I want to say thank you to you, Vandal, for bringing your energy, your realness, and the complexity of who you are to the backyard today, man, because it's just inspired me to do what I do. And
bless, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for seeing us and coming over, man. Like, let's do this again in like maybe a year, and hopefully then, you know what, like, you never know what's gonna happen, man. I
already know you're gonna be over here, man.
Bless.
You gonna be
over here. I'm up in LA, man. Love it there. It's my heart. I love it there. It's my second best place.
Yeah. So if you come, make sure you touch down, man, and you reach
100%,
out.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, right. Get together. So to the audience, let's talk, express, relate, and connect next Sunday, man. You know what we do. We in the UK, baby. We growing. Growing, me and my man. So see y'all next Sunday. We out of here. Hang with me.
Peace.
Hang with me.
Love you.
Love you too, man. We rap about relationships, entertainment, and music. You heard?